Woo! You're kind of quiet in here. Try that shit again, fuckers. Woo! Funny times. So that little jingle you heard on my way up here is called Truffle Butter. And I have kids, and we were listening to the car jamming out to that shit. And I got home and I was like, come on, I'm gonna go ahead and Google this because I want to learn more and download it illegally. The first thing that popped up for me is a little thing called Urban Dictionary. And ever since I read that, I wanted to share that with you. Say you meet a nice girl with low self-esteem and daddy issues, and you're banging on the front door as hard as you can, and she's like, oh, that's great, you're real validating my self-esteem, but could you go to the back door and bang on that for me real hard? So you go to the back door, but on the way there, there's mud and shit everywhere, and your feet get caked in this crap. So it's good and whatever, but it's too hard and you don't want to keep trying so much. So you go back to the front door. But unlike any decent human being, you don't take your fucking shoes off. You just go ahead and start banging on the front door and kicking shit all over the door frame and dragging it across the welcome mat. And Truffle Butter is all of that nasty fun buildup that you brought back from the back door. So next time you hear your 5-year-old daughter jamming out to Truffle Butter, go ahead and turn that shit off. A lot of race stuff has been talked about up here. I've had the privilege of living in Montana since I was about 8 years old. I've been profiled and stereotyped just about every which way except gay. And that really fucking bothers me. If there's a group of people that I would like to be associated with, why couldn't it be a clean-cut, well-spoken, clean fucking dude that likes to blow other guys? Is that so bad? Nobody said I'm gonna blow another guy. I'm not into that. But just to be associated with that group wouldn't be too terrible. So this is something that I usually think about when I fall asleep. Don't ask me why, just fuck you. So, wake up one morning after going to sleep thinking about this, and I've had such a wonderful dream. And part of wanting to be associated with that crowd, I have body image issues. I'm a bear in the gay community. I'm hairy, I'm big, about 400 pounds squat. Fuck you, I'm strong. And, you know, I had this crazy dream. And in my dream, I was walking around with my shirt off. And this is something that I don't do, because I have moves. Or droobs. Some people have said they're droobs. Fuck you. So, I don't ever walk around with my shirt off. But I'm walking around without my shirt on in this dream, and everybody's looking at me, and I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, what's really going on here? And they're pointing at me, and I'm like, oh, fuck. There's like 2 inches of my dick hanging out of my pocket. Like 2.5 inches of my dick hanging out of my pocket. And it's still attached to the front, in the center. I can still, it's just fucking sliding out there. And like, everybody's like, oh, look at this weird fucking guy. He's probably a homo. And I'm like, no, it's not weird. It's my dick. And it's, I don't know. So, I went to see a movie with my kids. And it was SpongeBob. And I don't know if anybody else has a wife, but they're fucking cold all the time. So mine brings a blanket to the movie theater. And we're sitting there watching previews, and kids are like, I need to pee, and I'm gonna ruin all this, and it's not gonna be a good movie anyway. So my wife takes me to the bathroom, and she throws a blanket on me. Watch our shit, asshole. She doesn't sound like that, she's fantastic. But, so, they all leave, and I'm sitting there, a semi-black 29-year-old dude, 260 pounds, under a blanket, waiting to watch SpongeBob. And a family of 4 comes in, the mom, dad, 2 little adopted Asian kids for this scenario, and I see them looking around, oh, I'm in an empty fucking theater. Like, when does that happen? Never at Shiloh, but definitely in another one. So the dad looks at me and I look at him, and I'm under this blanket and I'm just like, yeah, buddy. And the mom is like, oh, fuck, and grabs the kids and they run out of the theater and the dad tipped his hat. And he was like, thanks, dude, I didn't want to watch that dumb shit anyway. So now we have an unspoken bond that'll last forever. I don't know his name, he doesn't know my name, but we've been inside each other. So, yeah. I used to sell cars. I don't know if anybody else has ever done that, but it was terrible and it wasn't going very well for me. We've talked a lot about law enforcement throughout the evening, and I was sitting at home watching an episode of Cops one night, and I'm watching this guy get pulled over, and Cops were like, hey, just be honest with me, man. We're here to help you with public service. So the guy tells him, he's like, I got some weed on me and I'm speeding and I don't have a license. And the guys are like, okay, cool. Handcuffs, jail, your life is fucked. I was like, damn. Alright, so I went back to work and tripled my sales as soon as I started tricking people like cops do. That was pretty good. So I started a new job with the Montana Department of Transportation, which is pretty fantastic. But I had to take a shit one day. And I prefer not to poop at work, but I went into this bathroom. And it seems pretty normal, and then I look around and there's an office chair right across from the shitter. And I'm thinking to myself, well, it's a government job. I'm probably supposed to sit here and think about the most inefficient way to take this shit. Or, since it's a one-man job, I need to go get a buddy, and we can take this shit together. And he can tell me if I'm doing it right. One final thought I'd like to put inside you is, has anyone ever played the jelly bean game? By a sound of fucking any sound at all. Anybody? Yes, no, fuck me, shut up, whatever. Okay. So the jelly bean game is based off of Harry Potter, I guess. You can have jelly beans that are booger flavored or buttered popcorn or grass clippings and spearmint or licorice and skunk spray. So I'm playing this game with a buddy of mine, and we go through the list and I'm doing all right. And he reaches out his hand to me and he opens it up and he's like, dude, this one should be pretty good. I'm like, what is it? He's like, it's cookies and cream or truffle butter. And the cookies and cream jelly bean was fantastic and he has never touched me since. Thanks guys, that's my time, have a good night.